FM 105.5, WIFO, 11 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. And right now, time for a very special interview. We've got Eli Mosley in the studios today. Eli, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thanks so much for having me in here.
All right, you've got a new single coming out called St. Augustine. And first off, how did you get started in the music business, and what made you decide to do that?
Actually goes back, I was about 6 years old, and I saw a concert by Tracy Byrd back when I was back in Florida, and he wound up basically just inspiring me through that show as a kid to just I wanted to do country music. I wanted to be a country singer.
Since you were a kid then?
Since I was a kid, and what's funny is now he's actually one of my mentors.
Oh, wow.
We talk every now and then, and he'll point me in the right direction when I get in a bind. But it's funny, when I then about 12, 13 years old, I started playing the guitar, and started learning to sing and play on my own, and wound up starting to do shows, when I was in college, and went to college for music business at Southeastern University. Spent 6 years in the United States Marine Corps Reserves during that time. Got out of the Marines, graduated college all within the month, and spent some time in Nashville working under some of the biggest producers and writers and executives in town. Personally getting trained by them, and now then I worked at a radio station for 3 years, and
so you know all about the business.
Oh yes sir. Yeah, I graduated, or I should graduate. I worked myself out of a job the beginning of this year because I was doing so many shows and working so hard with music that I wound up having to leave the radio station. Right.
So how long have you been at this?
Honestly, full time about 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I was looking at some of your useless fun facts here.
Yeah.
It says you are accused of owning 200-plus seasonings. What are some of the more exotic ones?
Oh, I've got seasonings from Jamaica that are, curry or Jamaican jerk seasonings, Indian tandoori spices and stuff like that. It's just a lot of fun. I like to find the raw ingredients to make my own stuff.
Do you
and season.
do the hot sauce things like the daddle do-its and the death sauce?
I'm working on getting into hotter stuff. I haven't really liked that very much in the last up until about the last year, and I've started to really get into some of the hotter stuff. I'm not that great at that. I tried the insane sauce at Zaxby's, and that about lit me on fire the other day. So I'm not that big into the hot sauce, but I'm working on it.
All right, so we're looking at your CD cover here. This is called St. Augustine. You say this is from a fourth coming album that's coming out.
Yeah, it's the first single off of the album coming up. I've been really fortunate enough to work with a couple really great guys, one of who works for, he's an assistant producer for Brad Paisley's producer. His name is Mitch, and also one of Devin Dawson's guys. Well, actually, all of Devin Dawson's band is playing on this album. His guitarist and his bass player and all that. So they're the guys that are helping me put together this stuff. And so it's kind of fun to be working with label acts and, record label artists helping you put together your music. So we're kind of floating in those circles right now.
Oh, that sounds good. All right, why don't we give this a listen? It's called St. Augustine, the latest release from Eli Mosley.
Found love splashing water on the coast. I can't forget that smile when your small town toes touch the sand. Yeah, you took my hand. I found redemption breathing in that salty air. Standing there with you, those waves washed away my cares and St. Augustine. That was you and me. In an ancient city, alive with memories. Your sapphire summer dress, chance the rain and getting wet. I miss the feeling of love wide open. A watercolored sky painted for you and me in St. Augustine. I still taste the sunscreen fading off your lips.
That is Eli Mosley. It's called St. Augustine, his latest release from a forthcoming album. Good song like that.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
And you were telling me while we were listening to that you've made some good contacts in the business.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been, the writers I'm working with and the producers and the studios, and we're using the same studios that all the big hits that you're hearing are done in. It's weird because you're in this little vocal booth where George Strait did his last 10 albums, and you're in this little vocal booth using the same microphone that everybody uses, and you're kind of sitting there going, "This is freaky," singing into the same microphone that I grew up listening to, it's just really, really humbling. Honestly, people say, "Well, how do you avoid getting an ego?" It's like you can't get an ego when you're like not even a tadpole in a big pond.
Well, you have to
you're
have
not even a small fish.
You have to have some, or you're not going to make it. That's in this business for sure.
Yeah.
But some people, the success does go to their head sometimes.
Yeah, and it's funny because the truly professional guys that I deal with, they're so down to earth, because as soon as they start getting ahead of themselves, then all of a sudden there's a bigger artist that is always in their circles that'll call them on it.
Because it's a grind. I'm sure to be out on the road touring is a grind. It's a tough business. People think it's just show up and wave to the crowd. There's a lot more to it.
There's tons. Yeah, we've had the opportunity to do some really awesome shows, like we did Party in the Pines in 2017 with Keith Urban and Miranda Lambert, and they've already asked us to do that again for next year, or for this year coming up here, 2018, and. We've got we did some shows opening for Joe Nichols on Veterans Day for our veterans. Obviously former military here, so I'm always looking to help out our veterans. And anyway, so it's been a really awesome process, and we're working incredibly full time, if not overtime, on this. This is what we do for a living.
Okay. Eli Mosley in the studios, and how can they find your music? You have a website, Facebook page,
all that,
Twitter, Instagram, and what would they search for?
Yeah. Eli, if you go to elimosley.com, that is ELIMOSLEY, elimosley.com, that's my website. You can also go to facebook.com/Eli Mosley Music, and then Instagram at Eli Mosley Music. And then you can also just look up Eli Mosley. Like I said, that's ELIMOSLEY. You can find St. Augustine, which is on Spotify, iTunes. I also have 2 other albums that are out there before this one was released. So we've got all that music on Spotify, iTunes, Google, everywhere that you can find music on there, Amazon, all that. So. And
what we will do here is this interview, of course, we're live right now. We have recorded it. We will get it up on our links as well a little later this afternoon. Eli, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. That's a great tune, and looking forward to hearing from you in the future on the airwaves.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. WIFO-FM Big Dog Country, thank you for joining us on this Wednesday morning at 11:09 here at FM 105.5.
We've seen several pitchers that have gone on to Major League Baseball. We've seen Byron Buxton come to Howard Bo Warren, Dustin McGowan. Again, several kids that have come to this ballpark have gone on to play Major League Baseball. You have a chance to see a future Major League Baseball player here tonight in Nolan Crisp. Again, Wayne County, Locust Grove, starting lineups are in. Starting lineups brought to you by Jones Medical Equipment. We'll come back with the starting lineups for tonight's game. We'll do it after the timeout.
At Broadhurst Landfill, keeping our communities safe is the most important thing we do. Our local team of environmental managers, engineers, and scientists ensure that the long-term management of the landfill is safe for our workers, customers, and the environment. To learn more, visit our website at www.broadhurstlandfill.com. Or you can go to the website, click Visit Us, and sign up for a tour to see firsthand how we operate. We hope to see you soon.
Wayne Memorial Hospital wishes our Yellow Jacket baseball team the best of luck this season. We appreciate all of your hard work and dedication. And just like our student athletes, we strive to be the best. Teamwork is the hallmark of any successful organization. And at Wayne Memorial Hospital, teamwork is our middle name. At Wayne Memorial Hospital, we work together to make you feel like an all-star. Wayne Memorial Hospital, the official healthcare provider of the Yellow Jackets.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 5 hours you spent in the kitchen mastering your epic wing recipe and the 3-hour family road trip to the tailgate party. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agents see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. I'm Robin Eubanks, and I understand what things really